everyone, and welcome to the start of another reading vlog, though this is a extra special reading vlog because it is the Reading Rush Read-a-Thon reading vlog version. Basically, there's a read-a-thon starting today, going through the weekend, which I'm super excited to participate in. It's Thursday, so Clay's working. I'm taking 5 minutes off to film this intro, but yeah, so it's an exciting time, perfect distractions I need personally. I've been in a bit of a reading slump, but I feel like I finally kicked it. I've completed a book in like 1 day, so I feel like I'm on like a good speed for a read-a-thon. I just wanted to quickly start this vlog and quickly go over my TBR. Then I do have to get back to work. I obviously plan on starting to read tonight when I'm off of work. Tomorrow is Friday, so reading also tomorrow as well, and then through the weekend. But I just wanted to say, hey, welcome to the vlog. Let's chat TBR really fast, and then I gotta get back to making my lunch and to work, so hey. So this is my TBR. I obviously don't think I'm gonna be able to finish all these books. I would say my #1 priority, first and foremost, is to read The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel, and then I have Stone Cold Touch and The Dangerous Alliance. I went over these books in a recent video, but these would definitely be the 3 books I really want to read. Also, I did pick up the ebook of Edenbrook, which is also calling my name, which is a Regency romance novel. So I definitely think I'm basically gonna read this, and I think I'm gonna read this really fast, and then either pick up The Dangerous Alliance or Edenbrook, or maybe both, depending on how, you know, quickly I'm able to read. So those are my main plans. I'm really excited to read this. I'm gonna start it tonight right after work, and I think I'm gonna fly through it. But yeah, this is my TBR. Hi everyone, so I have finished work, so I have ventured into the bedroom and I'm going to start reading. I'm actually starving, so I'm definitely going to be cooking dinner here soon, but I wanted to get a good chunk of reading in before I did so. I'm picking up The Glass Hotel first because it's only 300 pages, and I flew through this author's previous work, and I have a feeling this is going to be one of those sort of disjointed narrative styles where it's kind of like you're piecing the story together as you go. It's very mysterious and lyrical and all of that. I think this has a lot to do with centering around a single hotel in this very remote part of Vancouver, which really intrigues me. So yeah, I just love a broken narration, and I love unreliable narrators. So I'm really interested to see how this story is going to go along. I've heard really good things, and again, only 300 pages, so I'm hopeful I can finish this super quickly. Get a good chunk tonight, maybe finish it tonight, I'm not sure about that, but get a good chunk of the way through and then move on to my next book for this read-a-thon. Just want to say, hey, I'm reading now. I am gonna make dinner soon. It's going to be very unhealthy because I'm craving Spam, so I'm gonna make Spam. That's just how it goes. But anyway, checking in, time to read. All right, so I've already buzzed through 70 pages of The Glass Hotel, and I was definitely right in the broken narrative style. It kind of feels like a book lost in time and space, and it's also telling these different vignettes. Like, so far I've read 3 chapters. Well, the book opens and there's all these like cuts, like sentences, half a scene, like a bunch of them in a row, which is part 1, and then I'm pretty sure each chapter calls back to whatever that cut is, and out of context it doesn't make any sense, but ultimately by the end of the chapter it's supposed to make sense, and then in theory by the end of the book you'll see how they're all connected. But so far each chapter has followed a different person in a different year in time, and then the chapters are also described. The chapters are also jumping back and forth. They're really just like moments, and there could be years and years passing between these moments, but they're defining, I think, as well as the characters that we've encountered in all the chapters so far, either as like a background character or directly in contact as like a major person in someone else's life. But each chapter follows these people at different points in age. So like, for example, one of the girls, Vincent, we encounter in chapter 1, she's 13. When we encounter her in chapter 3, she's 24. So like all these different things. And so far it's very fascinating. I'm not sure what is really going on, and that like there feels like there's this larger mystery at play, but I couldn't really tell you what it is. But so far I'm really entranced. I find the characters to be fascinating. The writing style is really engaging. I'm already almost a third of the way through, so it reads really quickly. It is a little disorienting in the beginning, but it's supposed to be, and I kind of like it. I love kind of a broken narrative, unreliable storytelling, and that's definitely what this is, because a lot of our characters are like, I think this is like retrospective, so they're recalling memories that are impactful, and we don't know why they're impactful or why their minds are calling back to these moments in time, but eventually I'm sure we will. But right now we're just experiencing these moments almost like in a stream of consciousness sort of way. It's really cool. I'm really liking it. But now I'm going to start to make some dinner, which is going to be Spam, as I think I've already mentioned. I'm so hungry, and then I think Clay and I are gonna watch an episode of Naruto, and then I'm gonna do more reading and more relaxing. You know, it is Thursday, so I do have work tomorrow, so I can't stay up too late, but I do hope to get quite a bit of reading in. Thrilled for dinner tonight. Gonna fry some eggs, scallions, cooking some rice, but the star of the show is the Spam. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Put some sriracha on top. Cannot wait. And dinner is served, and I gotta tell you what, thrilled about this, thrilled. Oh, hey Matilda. So I just finished eating. We watched an episode of Summer House, so I'm now going to read for the next hour. I am going to watch the new episode of The Challenge, which obviously I'm watching the day after with my friend Emily. We're gonna like text and watch at the same time, so I'm trying to get my reading in now beforehand. So that is what I'm going to do. Because everyone liked it so much last time it was in the vlog. Here's Clay playing the drums again, listening to his music. If you didn't know, Clay actually is a drummer. But I'm getting a bowl of ice cream because I'm about to watch The Challenge with my friend Emily. I am ready. Back off, Matilda. This is not for you. This is my ice cream. Also, I got to part 2 of the Glass Hotel, and I am still wonderfully confused, which I think is the only way to describe this book so far, and fascinated with all these random memory vignettes and all these like odd connections. Like characters keep popping up and I just would not have expected it, and I'm really curious to see how this whole thing's gonna wrap together. So we'll read more of this after The Challenge and my ice cream. Matilda is the sleepiest girl, but I am now gonna sit down and do more reading. I ended up watching a few episodes of Naruto with Clay, but I'm done with that. I need to read now. I really want to get a lot of reading in tonight because I actually have a really busy night tomorrow night. That's the only night I have any semblance of plan. So I do plan on reading a lot this read-a-thon, but not much tomorrow. So I really want to get a good head start with tonight. So I'm gonna get back to it. I'll keep you posted. Good morning, everyone. I just finished all my early morning client meetings with this on, and look at this hair. This hair results only from staying up till 12:30 last night reading your book and not having enough time in the morning to get ready. Cheers. It's been a very busy day, but look, I got dressed. Woo! And I uploaded a video today, so I'm very proud about that. But yeah, Millie's there. And got a long day of work left. Let me flip you around. I do hope to get some reading in tonight. I think I mentioned this already, but Friday is like my busy day of this weekend, namely because we have a game night with friends that basically lasts all night. It's something we look forward to all week, so I didn't want to not do that because it's a big part of my socialization these days. But I definitely plan to read a lot tomorrow and Sunday, and I did read over 150 pages last night, which I'm really pleased with. So all in all, I'm really happy with my progress. I was hoping to do a bit of reading at lunch today, but I just couldn't fit it in. But such is life sometimes, such is life. But it got really gloomy outside, which is honestly key. I think it's gonna rain all day tomorrow, which is key. Perfect reading weather. Can't even film if I wanted to, kind of thing, you know? But anyway, just wanted to check in, let you know how my work day was going, and basically bemoan the fact that I wish I'd read more, but what can you do? Hi everyone, so I have logged off work for the day, so I'm gonna sit down and do some reading. I'm gonna set like a timer because I only have a little bit of time before I have another engagement I have to do, and then I need to cook dinner, and then it's gonna be game night, but I have literally an hour, so might as well spend that hour doing what I do best, which is reading. I really want to try to get to like page 250 of this, which I think is very possible, and then I'll only have 50 pages left, which I think I can finish tonight. Basically my goal is to finish this tonight and then start another book and maybe finish another one tomorrow and Sunday and start another one, but you know, maybe that's too aggressive. But a girl can dream. So I'm gonna sit here and read now and I will check in a little bit. All right, so I finished my task for the evening, and now I'm making some dinner. Tonight I'm making tostadas, and I'm adding beans to them because I am who I am. We love beans. So I'm just browning the meat, and I'm gonna add in the onions and the poblano into here. It's gonna be very tasty. And then I'm going to toast the tortillas and then kind of like assemble. It'll be very good. And now, friends, it is time to construct the said tostada. And voila, tostadas. I added the beans on the bottom because it acts like glue, keeps everything on, and then you put the cheese on top. It's like double glue. These are gonna be really good. They're like basically giant nachos. About to do game night. Game night. Good morning, world. I'm wearing this matching pajama set. This is kind of a weird faraway angle, but I really just wanted to illustrate how gloomy it was outside. AKA perfect reading weather. So apologies for not checking in a lot last night, but it was game night and I did stay up pretty late playing games, as I knew I would, but I did get a bit of reading in before I went to bed last night. I was so tired. And I'm almost done with The Glass Castle, as you can see. I think I have about 60 pages left, basically just the tail end of this book. I'm really liking this book. I think I've described it in quite in-depth detail, but it's really interesting, and I like all the different POVs. It's definitely like it's a book about sad or bad people, like both of those things. So it's definitely not something that's very uplifting. It's fascinating, the perspectives, and there's elements of like fraud and deception, both like people deceiving each other about themselves or literally stealing their money kind of thing. It's a wild book, and I like how it jumps forward and back in time. I think that provides a lot of mystery. Millie just arrived. All in all, I'm really liking it, but I'm also excited to pick something up much lighter after I complete this book. Not to say I don't like this book, but I'm just looking forward to reading something lighter. I woke up this morning wanting a bagel so bad. I miss going and getting bagels. I was thinking about ordering one from Seamless, from my favorite local bagel spot, because you can still definitely do that. So I don't know, maybe I will. Maybe I'll treat myself to a delivery bagel this morning. But we shall see. But right now I'm gonna sit on the couch and try to finish the Glass Hotel, not the Glass Castle, and have my first book read for the Read-a-Thon. Hi everyone, so I'm checking in because I have finished The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. I like this book. I definitely don't think I liked it nearly as much as Station 11, and this just could be like preference. The writing was beautiful. She has such a great ability of like tying all these different narratives together and like jumping forward and back in time. It's like, it's a fascinating thing, but this book just felt like a weight. Like, this is a book about haunted people and their lives. Like, I don't know if there was like a glimmer of hope to be found upon any of these pages. I was hoping that we would encounter some hope, but I would say overall pretty dark, which isn't necessarily like a bad thing, but in terms of kind of what I was hoping for, a little darker than I was hoping for. I just feel like Station 11 is like dark, but there's these feelings of like perseverance and humanity, and I don't really feel like we got that so much in this book. Anyway, obviously it's like darkness isn't necessarily a detriment. Like, I can't really knock off stars for that, but I would say it just kind of wasn't the story narrative I was hoping to encounter. But I did love the writing. It was really gripping, but it was definitely a little painful as well. So I'd give this like a 3.5, 4 stars, because it was definitely super well constructed and a wild ride, and I appreciated the mystery. But ultimately, I was hoping for a little more at the end, like a little more wrapping up of characters, and if anything, I felt like everything kind of just unraveled, which perhaps was the point. But yeah, it was a dark tale. I mean, like, yeah, it was a pretty dark tale. I mean, like, kind of, but not, but like definitely mostly. Pivoted away from bagels and instead ordered baked goods, croissants, cinnamon brulees, baguette, my favorite, I'm gonna eat so much of this. And then we also made a full pot of coffee, and I think we're gonna watch some Naruto now. Definitely need to unwind after reading that book because it was so depressing. We have watched quite a bit of Naruto on this gloomy day. Clay worked himself up, got so tired from watching the Chunin exams, he needed to take a nap. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to start another book. This is Dangerous Alliance, which is a Regency Jane Austen inspired romance, which I'm really excited about. I'm hoping it is a lot of fun and just lighthearted and, you know, will kind of lift my spirits from the Glass Hotel. So I'm just gonna sit here for a little while, continue to watch more Naruto, but also get some reading in. Hi everyone, it is sometime later. Clay and I have watched an incountable amount of Naruto today. We're almost done with the prelim rounds of the Chunin exam, which is very exciting. I'm going to almost surpass episode 50. Matilda has joined me. Ooh, in the bedroom. But I'm now taking a break to do some reading. I also changed into my nighttime sweats. Both for an activity and also because I got a lot of Cheeto dust on my daytime sweats. Today has been one of those days where it's like really gloomy, and I've just decided to embrace the whole do nothing mentality. I didn't film today, I didn't change into real clothes today. It's been really nice. That being said, I did read 50 pages of the Dangerous Alliance when Clay was napping earlier, and I'm really liking it. It's pretty much exactly what I was hoping for so far. I'm only 50 pages in, and I do plan to read another good chunk. Now it's really fast paced, which is exactly what I want. Regency, if you're not familiar, it basically is set in the same time period and era of Jane Austen. It's a Regency romance, and our main character heroine loves Jane Austen novels, and she constantly is using them as reference points to kind of try to navigate her own complicated life. I don't know the main conflict yet, but so far she seems kind of like the rebellious, not proper daughter, and then she has a sister who is. They're very close though. Beginning of the book, a man moves back home, and they're like neighboring manor homes. They like share a border, like their fancy homes share a border, and they hate each other. There's like a complicated history there. And then her sister also comes back home to escape her husband who has been mistreating her. So there's a lot of drama right off the bat, but I already really feel connected to the main character. I like her a lot, and I feel very connected to the story so far, and I'm just hoping for a happy ending. I want to be swept away and have a nice time. So I'm excited to read more of this, but just wanted to let you know I'm, 50 pages in, and I'm about to read more of this right now. Checking in, I've just passed the 100 page mark. I'm going to do more reading, but I wanted to give you guys, you can probably hear Millie snoring in the background, an update. Really liking this book, super fast paced. So I think I mentioned before that obviously her sister is in a very precarious situation, and given the time period, as a woman she doesn't have a lot of options in terms of finding safety. She obviously can't petition for a divorce. She's trying to get a separation, and her family's trying to help her, but if he basically fights back, the husband has most of the power there. Something else to consider is because her and her sister are the only children of, I think their father is a count or something like that. He only has daughters, so that means one day they have to pass the inheritance on to their daughter, but mostly their husband, because that's how things worked back then. So on top of the fact that this guy is totally evil, he might inherit their family property as well. So on top of everything else going on, our main character needs to get married like ASAP, because she needs to find someone nice and someone who can help her keep the property, essentially. Otherwise it's going to go to this evil guy as well. And then also this allows her to hopefully be able to protect her sister, and they can go through all the legalities to help obtain the separation. But when they obtain the separation, her sister can't get remarried, so it's like kind of part of it too. It's honestly tragic that history was this way, but with this setting, I do think it provides a lot of urgency, and obviously the family is all really, really close, and there's Dane, who is this guy, is absolutely disgusting and just terrible. But obviously, I really like the main character, and I love all of the Jane Austen references. She's constantly referring to different moments throughout different Jane Austen novels, which I've read pretty much all of them, I think, so I have that context, that back catalog to also refer to, which I really enjoy. But all in all, I feel like this book has really captured my attention, because like I feel the urgency there. Like, she does need to get married, and like it's a very complicated scenario her and her family are in, and I really love the sisterly relationship and how much our main character Victoria is willing to do to help protect her sister. So I really like that as an element. I'm sure there's going to be a love story, bit of a love triangle, but also I hope the husband like falls off a cliff or something into the moors. Who knows? Want it to happen though. Made myself a little snack. I've been obsessed with celery recently. It is 100% because I found delicious bottled ranch, and celery is literally just a vessel to consume ranch dressing. If you're wondering, Wegmans grocery store makes incredible ranch. Also, get out of here. I have read another 50 pages of my book. So I'm making really good progress. I'm gonna do a bit more reading and then go back to watching Naruto. Isn't that right, Millie? We ordered some contactless delivery. I got chicken fingers, which you might be asking yourself, chicken fingers? Can't you get those in the grocery store? Yes, but they're better from this place. And then on the side, I got Parmesan artichokes and Dijon mustard Brussels sprouts. Clay got a fried chicken sandwich, and then we got a crap ton of French fries, but French fries delivered. I get a little soggy, so I'm gonna hit them with a quick broil and they'll be good as new. Back at it, watching Naruto, who's learning about chakra control. He's at a bathhouse. It's a big moment, everyone. It's a big moment, Matilda. Drinking more coffee, because apparently all I do is drink caffeine 24/7 now. Because the days don't exist anymore, so I feel like the rules of the world don't apply. So I can't really fully articulate to you how much Naruto I've watched today, but I can express it was a lot more than I expected. I really thought I was gonna read more today than I did. I have read over 150 pages, well, and plus the remaining 50 pages of The Glass Hotel, which is 200 pages, which is admirable, as well as probably like 30 episodes of Naruto, which honestly was so pleasant. It was so much fun. I've forgotten so much stuff that's happened in Naruto, and it's just really fun to kind of marathon, stay in PJs all day and watch it with Clay. That being said, I am gonna read now, and I'm gonna try to read a good like over 100, maybe 200 pages, and then I'll read like 300 to 400 pages today, which, by the way, still pretty good. I obviously still plan to finish this book, I think pretty easily this weekend, and then start another one tomorrow, possibly another Regency romance, just because I read them so quickly. But for now, I'm gonna pick this up. I really like this. I don't know if I've mentioned, but this is actually a dual perspective. We follow obviously our main character Vicky, who I've kind of chatted about, but we also follow the person that she's kind of like hates, her childhood friend turned like nemesis, Tom, and we learn more about his backstory. It's still kind of unclear, but basically he had a falling out with his father. He was sent to the continent. Now he's called back because his father's passed away, and he has to deal with like all of his father's debts. And he was an earl, so he's like trying to like clean up his name and get his house in order, literally. So I'm gonna read more of this. It's really interesting, and it's definitely captivated my attention, and I'm hoping there's some good romance starting to stir soon. But yeah, just want to say, whoops, I've read, you know, some, but I've also watched so much Naruto. Hi, it's me making excellent progress, and here is Matilda. I read another 100 pages of this book, so I'll say this book reads so quickly, and I am going to be able to read more tonight, so that's really great news, which means I'll have read, well, wait, math really fast. I have read 600 pages so far. No, that's not correct. I've read 550 pages so far this read-a-thon, which I'm actually really pleased with. 550 pages, that's a lot, and I have tomorrow left as well. This book, guys, reads so fast because honestly there's like everything thrown in here and then more. Like any type of ridiculous wild plot, it's in here. Like there is so much happening at all times that it makes it a page turner, but it also is kind of distracting. I would say like this feels like a soap opera, in a great way in that I'm very entertained, but this probably is not my favorite Regency romance I've read. But at the same time, like, it's really light, it's really fun, and it's weird to describe all the terrible things happening as fun, but because there are like so many absurd like broken carriages and ruffians coming in with Cockney accents and like squandered estates and devious dealings in alleyways, like there's just so many things that it almost feels like a what is it, a comedy of errors kind of scenario. But it's still really charming. I really like it, and I really like the main character and everything, and I'm again flying through it, but it is definitely on the dramatic side, like a little absurd, all the things that are unwinding, but then also like it's a Regency romance novel. Like it's kind of, in a way, it's like exactly what I was expecting, with a lot more action. That being said though, I'm on page 250 of, I actually don't know how long this book is, 440 pages, so I'm making really good progress. I do plan on reading more right now, so I'll continue to keep you posted. Maybe I'll be able to read another 100 pages tonight, which would be great. I'm breezing through this book. I think it's in part because The Glass Hotel was so sad and like not dense necessarily, but just like heavy. It was like a heavy book. This is kind of the opposite of it, that I'm just breezing through it, which is kind of a nice feeling and exactly what I was hoping for when I picked this book up. So I'm gonna keep reading, and then I just don't know what I'm gonna read next. I have a few books on my mind that I'll chat through. I think I might pick up, I bought 2 new ebooks recently that I might read, but I'll chat through with you those tomorrow after I finish this. But yeah, time to read. Do you guys want to see the most indignant dog in the entire world? 3, 2, 1. Yep. Give me that face one more time, Matilda. Look at that side eye. She's like, put the blanket back. Guys, for someone who was doing terrible at this read-a-thon earlier today, I'm now kind of killing it. Look how much of this book I've read. I am almost done. I'm going to read more. It's so entertaining. It's absolutely absurd. Like, I stand by the statement of literally any major plot event that could happen in this setting has happened. I'm just waiting for someone to like take off their glove and slap someone across the face with it, which I'm sure is just only moments away from occurring. But I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't know who to trust. Who is the rogue? I do not know. But yeah, I've read so much of this. I'm definitely going to finish this and start a 3rd book of my read-a-thon. Wow. Love it. 3 whole books. Good morning, world. I have woken up and immediately come to the living room to finish this book, Dangerous Alliance. I am so close to finishing it. I stayed up a little too late last night reading, but that's what read-a-thons are for. I should wrap this up pretty quickly. I only had 75 pages left, and then when I'm done, I'll have read over 700 pages, which I think is aces. So I'm gonna get to it right now, and then I will check in when I finish. I got dressed, and I even put on makeup today because I needed to shoot some photos. I might film a video later. I'm undecided, but I did get dressed into this tie-dye muumuu flowy number. If it wasn't a very, you know, obvious from basically how I get dressed in the warmer months, I love a easy breezy, non-fitted cotton dress. It gets hot in New York. I also grew up in Texas, obviously, so you just kind of want clothes that don't really touch your body. And plus, I just think it's so cute and comfortable and easy, and I'm all very tie-dyed out. I look like the ocean. So I have also finished Dangerous Alliance, which, did I mention that already? I've read the entirety of this novel. It's 420 pages, which means I've read a total of 721 pages so far this read-a-thon. All in all, I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was really fun. I liked all the Jane Austen references. It's definitely over the top, almost to its detriment. Like, I do feel like it probably should have edited out a few of the dramatic happenings, but in the same vein, because it had all those dramatic happenings, it was like a soap opera that I could not put down. Truly a perfect book to pick up during a read-a-thon. I obviously read it in less than 24 hours. I don't know, I really was like on the edge of my seat. and I just wanted to know who was really the bad guy. But yeah, all in all, I'd say it was good. Definitely not the best Regency romance I've read, but it had a lot of drama and intrigue and all of that. And overall, I would still recommend it. I think I'd give it like a 3 out of 5 stars. It was fun, but it's no Tessa Dare, you know what I mean? That being said, Clay has to work a bit today. I need to figure out what I want to do. I've had a pretty productive morning, actually. I have 2 bananas I've been saving on the counter to make banana bread, which I don't even know if I even like banana bread, but I feel like I have to make banana bread. And I have chocolate chips, and I think banana chocolate chip muffins or something would be really tasty, so I might do that. I need to make breakfast, which I was thinking pancakes. And then I have a couple of Real Housewives to catch up on. Clay has to work for a large chunk of today. We definitely want to go on a walk because it's really sunny and really nice outside. But yeah, obviously I'm gonna do more reading, and I'm deciding between 2 books right now, which I'll chat through in a minute. But first, I think I'm gonna find a banana bread recipe for 2 bananas, because that's all I have. I feel like most banana bread recipes are for 4. I don't got 4, I have 2. So I gotta do some internet sleuthing. I've decided to make chocolate chip banana bread muffins. There are my 2 bananas. Let's see how these turn out. I've been making muffins every week. It's been so fun. Oh yeah. Something about making muffins, man. You can pretend like they're kind of healthy, but then you can also put 2 cups of chocolate chips when it only calls for 1. Well, these look delicious. Ooh la la. All right, everyone, so I have caught up on my 2 Real Housewives episodes, which I hadn't seen, New York and Beverly Hills, and now I am ready with a cup of coffee, and I had 2 banana chocolate chip muffins to sit down and start a 3rd book of the Read-a-Thon. So I've been going back and forth on what I want to read. I recently picked up 2 ebooks, both very different from each other, that I've kind of been deciding between. The first one is Edenbrook, which is a Regency romance novel that I've heard really good things about, so I grabbed that. And then the other, which is on sale right now, is Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files, book 1, which is technically a reread for me. The Dresden Files is a series that I have been wanting to read and wanting to love for a very long time. I really love Jim Butcher's other series, the Codex Alera. It was very fundamental to my introduction to high fantasy when I read it back in high school. And I loved it a lot, and I really wanted to check out this other series by him, which is a series that he's still releasing. There's so many books, but generally speaking, I don't love serialized crime, mystery of the week kind of books. It's just not a genre that I read a lot of, but I've heard such good things, and I've also heard that the evolution of this series is pretty exceptional, and the character growth and the story itself becomes like larger than kind of what you initially expect in the beginning. So it's kind of come back on my radar, and it also just seems like a lot of free time. I have been liking mystery novels a lot recently, and I feel like it might be a good time to read it. I also think it'll be a fast read. This is just me now, just in real time deciding. I think I'm gonna pick up the first Dresden File book, Stormfront, which I've read this. I read it, oh God, in like freshman year of college or something, so I honestly don't remember anything that happened in it, and I think I thought it was okay, which I still feel like I'm probably gonna give it the same review at the end, but it's more about starting it over and then continuing on and giving it like more books than I initially did, which I only read 1. So I think I'm gonna read this, give it a reread. I also think I'm gonna be able to read this really quickly. It's not a very long book. I think like the mass market is like around 300 pages or so. So I think this will be a really fast read. Yeah, look at all these books. I think there's like 16 of them out now or something. And then the Codex of Alera. Ah, throwback. I almost don't want to reread Codex Alera because I don't think I'm gonna like it as much as I remember myself liking it, but I just loved it so much. Anyway, okay, so yeah, okay, I'm gonna sit down now and read the Dresden Files book 1. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I will keep you guys posted. Just wanted to do a quick update. I'm talking quietly because Clay is on a call. On a masked walk, didn't vlog because I didn't want to be touched things, you know, but it was really nice. The weather's beautiful today. I picked up some fresh flowers from my favorite bodega, which is something I try to do every week because fresh flowers in the apartment just like make me so happy. 2, I've read 40 pages of Dresden Files book 1. something. I don't remember what it's called. It's exactly what I was expecting. I've already read it before, so I kind of know what to expect. It's definitely kind of cheesy, but I know that it gets better later in a way. So this first one, I'm expecting to still kind of be a 3-star read. I mean, it can surprise me. Who knows? I might give it 5 stars. But it's kind of like an investment for the future. Like, I read the first one and each one gets better and better. So I know that going in. Gotta stay focused. But yeah, I definitely like it. I've heard really exceptional things about the audiobooks, which I'm curious about. Maybe I'll listen to them if I can get a hold of them from the library during work. Otherwise, I'll probably continue to read the ebooks, and then maybe one day when I'm commuting again, who knows when that'll be, I can listen to the audiobooks more. But that's the plan. I'm gonna go do some more reading now, but I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm gonna show you my flowers too really quietly because I love them. And then I'm going to do more reading. Got this bouquet, which is just kind of like a mixture of flowers, in this vase that Clay got me for Valentine's Day. Thermometer. These are my muffins I made earlier. Big fan. And then I also got more tulips because springtime means tulips, and I really loved this kind of assortment. So pleased about these. Hand sanitizer. And now I'm going to go sit over there. Oh, hey Millie.
This is probably just gonna, after we get all the
You good, Matilda? I just turned around and I was like, Darth Maul. I'm gonna sit right there and do some reading with the Star Wars villain. That is Matilda. All right, bye. Just out here serving looks. You know, oh, this doesn't have a front hoodie pocket. Hoodie dress situation. Watching more Naruto with these fools. But now I'm about to start making some dinner, and I think we're gonna watch some Bravo whilst I cook. She's such a little spaghetti. Making our fancy HelloFresh tonight, which is steak and Brussels sprouts. Couscous is going, heating up a pan. We got some Brussies in there, which are my fave. It should be really good. Et voila! Black truffle Parmesan couscous, steak with peppercorn, mustard sauce, Brussels sprouts, which are my fave. Time to chow down and watch more Naruto. Hi, I'm doing a hair mask, and we are having some ice cream, and we are now watching Gaara v Sasuke, the matchup of the century. Who's your favorite Naruto character, Clay?
Good question.
See if you can
Naruto.
remember. Cop out, aside from Naruto.
Kakashi Sensei.
Who's your favorite of the 9 outside of Naruto? I like Shikamaru.
You like Shikamaru. He's pretty good. I think I like, you know, I don't know their names.
It's okay. Is it Rock Lee?
Yeah, Rock Lee.
Bushy brows?
Yeah, he's the best.
Okay, well, we're gonna watch this now. And then I'm gonna wash this hair mask out, and then I'm gonna get back to reading, I promise. It's me. I have spent the last few hours watching Naruto. I obviously showered, but now it's time to get down to business and finish Stormfront by Jim Butcher, or at least try. I don't have very much left. Well, I have 200 pages of my ebook left, which is, in my opinion, entirely achievable. So I'm just gonna heads down, hunker down, and get started. I read the first 50 pages super fast. I think I've already kind of given initial thoughts, like kind of what I was expecting, classic urban detective story. Really just trying to get through this first one so I can read the rest of the series. I like Harry Dresden as a main character, which I think inherently is the most important thing when it comes to serialized crime fiction. If you don't like the main character, then you're just not in for a good time, because these books are just as much about the mystery of the week as it is about that main central figure. And I feel like I'm gonna grow to like him more. There's definitely some like early 2000s quirks in here, and I feel like in some ways you can definitely tell this book was written from a male's perspective or for men. Just some of the dealings with women, I'm just kind of like, what? But that's like only every once in a while, and it's not that bad. It's just more like, that was a weird word choice for that. That being said though, I am gonna read now. Just wanted to say, hey, I believe in myself. Also, one thing I've noticed in Naruto, which I didn't know because I hadn't seen Rocky at the time, is that Naruto is literally just Rocky. Literally, Naruto's game plan for anything is just to go into the fight without a plan, get pummeled for the first part of the fight like Rocky, and then just like be impossible because his stamina is just so much more than anyone else's that he triumphs. Anyway, so I just realized there was a great parallel between Naruto and Rocky, and Clay and I always laugh about it when we're watching the show. No strategy, just run headfirst at it, get punched in the face a few times, figure it out as you go kind of thing. That was a tangent, but now I am gonna read, so I'm gonna go. Goodbye. This is how I know this book is written by a dude. Well, besides the fact that it's clearly said it's written by a dude. So a character just appeared who's supposed to be like an incredibly wealthy, glamorous woman who, let me flip you around, would be, and is described to be wearing like designer clothes. And I want to preface what I'm about to say with the price quoted is still very expensive, but for this character who is this woman who owns this like essentially like den of sensuality, and she's like a very wealthy woman who also is very well dressed and like said to basically be wearing designer clothes. He says she's wearing $300 shoes, which again, pricey, good pair of shoes from Nordstrom, but like she's probably, in my mind, she's wearing Louboutins, which are thousands of dollars, and like suited for her cat-like being, you know what I mean? She's a vampire. She's got her investments in under lock and key. She invested in Apple in the 80s. She can afford those $3,000 shoes. $300? Psh, that's nothing to her. And maybe I'm reading a little too much into it, but I just kind of chuckled to myself because like $300 shoes for a woman like this, like that's not even worth mentioning. Anyway though, I've passed the 100 page mark, just wanted to check in. I'm actually really liking this. It's set in Chicago, which I forgot about, and Harry Dresden is definitely kind of like growing on me a lot more the second time around, so I'm really happy about that too. I also just thought I would share that insight about that. Again, I want to say I realize $300 shoes is very, very, very expensive. I was more just saying, for this woman, that is nothing. Hi everyone, and welcome to the end of the vlog, the next day. I just wanted to quickly pop in and wrap up everything I was able to read this weekend. First, starting with the book I was reading last night when I left you guys, which is the first book to the Dresden Files, Storefront, by Jim Butcher. So for this book, I was able to get to page 150 of 250 ebook pages. The mass market paperback is 384 pages long, and I read 60%, which quick math. It's 230 pages of this book, which is really great. So I actually didn't realize I even read that much. I obviously wanted to finish it last night, but it just got too late and I had to go to bed. But I'm really into this. I'm gonna try to finish it tonight actually. And Harry Dresden I just really like. He really is growing on me, and he's just this like scrappy young guy trying to be a wizard detective, and I don't know, I just feel like this time around I'm much more acclimated to the characters, the story at large, and I'm excited to see kind of how it wraps up, and another reason why I wanted to finish it tonight. So I would say overall I'm really happy with that. And then obviously from there I read all of The Glass Hotel, which is 301 pages, and then I read all of The Dangerous Alliance, which is 424 pages. So all in all, let me just quickly add up those. 424 plus 301. Oh god, I did 3001. Minus 3001 plus 301. 955 pages. I'm definitely gonna say read almost 1,000 pages in this, you know, in the title page. I hope you don't mind, but I am jazzed with 955 pages, especially given how much Naruto I watched over the course of this read-a-thon. I really liked the books. I would say I would give The Glass Hotel 3.5 out of 5 stars, Dangerous Alliance 3 out of 5 stars, and the Dresden Files I'll probably keep at its rating at 3.75 out of 5 stars. So all very solid novels that I enjoy. Nothing like new fave or anything, but all books that I really liked reading during this read-a-thon, so I'd say I'm really happy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon with another one soon. Goodbye.